The Way of the Superior Man, a spiritual guide to mastering the challenges of woman, work, and sexual desire. Part 2, Dealing with Woman. Chapter 16, Women are not liars. Keeping your word is a masculine trait, in men or women. A person with a feminine essence may not keep her word, yet it is not exactly lying. In the feminine reality, words and facts take a second place to emotions and the shifting moods of relationship. When she says, "I hate you," or "I'll never move to Texas," or "I don't want to go to the movies," it is often more a reflection of a transient feeling wave than a well-considered stance with respects to events and experience. On the other hand, the masculine means what it says. A man's word is his honor. The feminine says what it feels. A woman's word is her true expression in the moment. When you listen to your woman, listen to her as you would the ocean or the wind in the leaves. The sounds you hear from her are sounds of the motion of her feeling energy. Of course, there are times when she speaks in the masculine style of meaning exactly what she says, but more often, and almost always in emotional moments, what she says is the sound of her feelings. Her feminine speech is far more like poetry than like a clear-cut agenda for action. In an emotional moment, what she says she is going to do is actually an expression of what she feels like doing in the moment. Her feelings, and therefore what she is actually going to do, could change in 5 minutes. It could change every 5 minutes. Whenever you are surprised by your woman's actions, and you say to her, "But you said," you are forgetting that she has a feminine essence. What your woman says is like a cloud passing in the sky, well-formed, coherent, and unrecognizable moments later. The cloud is an expression of the precise physics of water, wind, and air. Your woman's words are expressions of the physics of her feelings, your relationship, and the nuances of the present situation, seen and unseen. A moment later, these factors will change, and so will your woman's expressions. You might ask her, "Do you want to go to the movies?" She might reply, "Not really." Then you hug her and spin her around and say, "Let's go to the movies." And she says, "Okay." She is not talking about her desire to go to the movies. She is talking about the feeling of your relationship in the present moment. If after she said she didn't want to go to the movies, you said fine and sat down to watch TV, you would be missing the point. She is not really saying she doesn't want to go to the movies, even though that is what she is saying. This is not lying. For a man, or for anyone speaking in the masculine style, to say something that is not true is lying. But for the feminine, truth is a thin concept compared to the thickness of her flow of feelings. The truth of the feminine is whatever she is really feeling in this present moment. So when she says that she wants to move to Pittsburgh with you, and then, after you have sold the house, she says she doesn't want to move with you, don't start yelling. "But you said." When she first told you she wanted to move, she was feeling good about the relationship. When she then told you she doesn't want to move, she was feeling bad about the relationship. Instead of arguing about what she said or didn't say, establish love and intimacy first. The basic rule is this: don't believe the literal content of what your woman says unless love is flowing deeply and fully in the moment when she says it. And even then, know that she is probably talking about her current feelings, not necessarily about the subject or whatever she is talking about. Never base your plans on what a woman says she wants to do, unless she is in the full flow of love when she says it. And then, expect her to change her mind at any moment when her feelings change. Remember, that a woman's feelings may be more sensitive to an unseen realm of nature than are yours. Try to differentiate between your woman's shifting mood and her sensitive wisdom. Women are not liars, although they often seem that way to men. This is why a man must ultimately be responsible for making his own decisions based on the deepest truth he can fathom. Otherwise, if he bends his course of truth to compromise for his woman's current and changing expressions, he will probably end up blaming her. You should hear what your woman has to say and feel her depth carefully. Then, after you have fully considered her input, make your best possible decision from your own deep core. This way, if your woman subsequently changes her mind, you won't resent her for compromising your path. Rather, you can enjoy her subtle sensitivity and changing emotional weather patterns. You can proceed with or modify your actions in full gear, knowing you are always making the best choice available to you, having taken her depth of wisdom and her fluctuations of expression and mood wholly into account. Okay, this brings us to the end of chapter 16. And once again, the author is bringing something to my attention and hopefully to your attention that we need to keep in mind. That the emotions of your woman, or any woman that you're dealing with, but especially the woman that you're in a relationship with, should always be taken into account when she's speaking to you. Her relationship with you is an important thing. And if she is not feeling secure in that relationship for whatever reason, then you can expect her decision making to change based on how she's feeling. I know that may seem complicated, but again, being a man is what we signed up for. And part of that is learning our woman, learning our opposite. That is the nature of having to be down here. You have to continue to learn. And one of the key things that I've realized is that we're not always going to see things the same way. Men, we're coming from a masculine point of view. Our energy is going to interact with this world and make decisions a lot differently than what our woman is going to. And that's okay. We have to find the balance in that, and that's how you find that true harmony. Because mixing your logic and your emotions with your woman's emotions and logic, that gives you a fuller picture of what things are going on. So again, I know this is a chapter that a lot of men need to hear. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Thank you for all my subscribers, and share this. Because, the first time I read this was news to me. And after being in a relationship for a while, it's also, just eye-opening to see this is really how things play out. And you have to be aware of it and not let it get you off your square. And again, the responsibility is going to fall on your shoulders. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you in the next chapter. Peace.